Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdettes Newsstand, and I want to talk a little bit as the announcements are coming out from DC Comics. We've got 4 new books that were announced for April. Now, some seem a little bit more interesting than others, but I believe these are all coming out because the solicitations will be out tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon. Now, this book is obviously not made for me, but I like the year 1 little throwback here. And the funny thing I think about it is, Scooby-Doo is visiting Batman. Wonderful. It's not exactly something shocking or anything, but I love it now because everything since Death Metal is in continuity. So now we have Scooby-Doo in continuity, just like Marvel has Fortnite in continuity. It's kind of adorable and kind of funny all at the same time, right? So it says the Bat Cave is haunted. Who's Batman gonna call? Wouldn't you say who is Batman gonna call if he was gonna call, like, the Ghostbusters? Okay, maybe it's just me. But regardless, it'll be written by Ivan Cohen and Shelley Fish. Neither of which I know. But sure, if it's up your alley, they have this book coming out for you. I'm not exactly sure when it's digital first. I do know that. Let me see if I can find a date here. Sure, so it comes out soon. We're just gonna say that. Let's talk about the ones that may be of more interest to most of you. The next Batman. Okay, so this is going to be the secret origin of Tim Fox. Now, I do like the name, the Second Son name, the next Batman, Second Son. It's going to be by John Ridley, which he is writing Future State, and he's done pretty well. First issue was good. I wasn't a big fan of his other history of the DC universe, but the man's talented. We have to give him that. Now, this will be starting February 23rd, and it'll have art by Tony Atkins, Travel Foreman, and Mark Morales. Now, it is going to all come in digital format at first. The first 3 issues coming out first, and then 1 each weekly, kind of like we've seen with the likes of Deceased and some of the others. It will also be getting like a prestige hardcover format. Why? I don't know, but sure, June 29th, if that's your thing. Now, I absolutely love this cover. I think it's brilliant. The way it looks back here, it's beautiful. What I want to know is the difference between why we call him Jace, why we call him Tim, where he's been from 1978. All of these questions need to be answered in this, and I really think that's kind of why they're formatting it this way. What I don't want, and I'm going to say this again when we get to the Green Lantern title, please don't tell me how much better the next Batman is. I want action. Show me why. Don't tell me he saved Gotham more than Bruce Wayne ever did. Show me your reasoning behind that, because right now, what you're doing and why you're phrasing it that way feels very forced. Like you have to know this. No, I am allowed to judge for myself. That is why we as fans all like different things. Show me. Don't tell me. So let's talk about another title that is coming out, and I think is probably going to be the most popular out of all these, and that is Robin. Now, this is awesome because it has a great team on it of Joshua Williamson and Gleb Melkinov. He just recently did the Ginny Hex book, and he's really uber talented. I love the way this looks. What confuses me is when I was reading Detective Comics by Tomasi, Robin ripped his art off and threw it. He left after leaving, the Teen Titans. He left his dad. He said he was Robin no longer. He was going to find out who he was. We knew he had a backup story, right? When it comes to, what book is that? The Urban Legend book, right? Okay. All right. Well, you better explain what's going on, because as far as I knew, Tim was going to be Robin. That's okay. Tim doesn't have to be Robin, because I think he might be Red X, but, I just, anything from, I love this picture, it's beautiful, but anything with Talia in it and Roz, I really, really enjoy. Make this good. This is like the girl Punisher. It's beautiful, but I'm not sure who she is, like, in the slightest. But hey, I'm willing to find out if this is good. I used to love Batman and Robin. Some of the old Tomasi stuff is great. So I really think getting to know Damian on his own more is going to help too. Because when Damian was first introduced, I thought he was a little snot-nosed brat. And I didn't really like him until Super Sons. And now we get to have that kind of second stage. Whereas we've seen Dick go to Nightwing, or Tim Drake go to Red Robin, or, Jason go to Red Hood. We're getting that stage with Damian. Just do it correctly. And I have no doubts that Joshua Williamson will do it correctly. He's always been one of the top tier talents at DC Comics. So let's talk about this last one. And we knew this was coming. We did there for a while when the March solicitations come out, have this like influx of people going, oh my God, they're down to 36 titles. They are it. The comic book industry is over. It is done. We are finished. Right? Except for none of that is true. And we knew that, these titles were going to be slowly worked in after the Infinite Frontier #0, which comes out in March. We knew these titles were all coming. Now, this is really cool for a couple of different reasons. This is by Jeffrey Thorne and Dexter Soy. Dexter Soy is so talented. That is beautiful. Jeffrey Thorne worries me a little bit. And I tuned back my being too judgmental and reactionary a while back, because he came out with all of this onslaught of hate for Hal Jordan as a fan, not as a creator. As a creator, he said, he wasn't going to do anything like that. I listened to a interview with him on Comics by Perch channel, and I really felt like he was sincere. He was legit. He knew what he was talking about. He was doing well. Everything he said really, really impressed me. So I apologized for that video. Now, the issue I have with this is we're going to see Joe Million, and she's another one that we've seen in Future State going, oh my God, she's the best detective ever. Like, seriously, the best. You just have to take my word for it. I'm not going to show you why. And I cannot stand that. And one thing that writers have done in Future State that I've noticed, and Joshua Williamson is guilty of this, is instead of uplifting these new characters and showing us why they're great, they just tell us, and it feels forced. It feels very awkward. It feels like I have to like these characters, and nobody wants that. Now, we're also getting to see Teen Lantern. I don't know much about Teen Lantern. I know she's a Bendis creation, but I also know that she was more in Teen Titans, and I had no interest in reading that when it was by Bendis. So I have no problem with these people coming into the main Lantern Corps and joining it up. What I'm worried about is after I kind of scaled back being so reactionary and judgmental, I read Jeffrey Thorne's newest book. And that came out on Tuesday. That was his Green Lantern book, right? And I expected, okay. I mean, there's other people that have said it's okay. But I absolutely hated it. Like, I didn't hate it, but it was the best. It was the worst Future State book so far. Not only that, but it felt like you walked into a conversation of two people that were on acid while you were doing shrooms, and they were all tiny, teeny little baby midgets. Like, it was just Red Sun, Good God, ponytails. That's literally, I just read you the book. See? You know what's happening now. It makes no sense. And I kind of felt like that's what that whole book was. I'm not a huge Lantern person comparatively to the other characters, but I know my way around a Lantern. It's not like I'm new to this. So it just felt very off to me. And the art, they look like all midgets. Like, I got nothing against midgets, but they're not. I know they're not. Like, come on. Oh, boy. So I'm hoping this gets better. I hope this gets better. Jeffrey Thorne, show me you can write. Don't make me feel like I need a fucking Xanax to read your shit. It's just, come on. It's bad. Anyways, let me know, of course, what you guys think. If you're interested in any of these new titles, if you're interested in any of the future state books, let me know what you've been thinking down below. I will have some more reviews up later this week. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskart, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.